No, you're not God. You don't have the answers. You.
Woo! Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to the 99th episode of the American Idiots Show. Wow. And Jez was here from day one. We're also streaming on Arsenal History and More, by the way, people. Go over there, smash a like here as well. Get the likes up early, people. Get the likes up early. I don't like going into the chat in the middle of the conversation and saying, hey, smash the likes. Just do that now. Pay the toll early. But that being said, 99 episodes. Wow. We are gonna do episode one. We're gonna take 1 week off. We're gonna do episode 100. Okay. Huge.
Right. I was going to ask you if there's going to be an episode 99A. Maybe.
Yeah, there'll probably be a 99 and a half, maybe.
Okay. 99.5.
You never know. Yeah, 99.5. I think we've had a couple of 0.5s before, actually.
Yes. Oh, for sure. For sure. We've got to make it up. So, yeah, hopefully we have a big get together on the 100th episode. Open the lines up to everyone in the chat. Yeah.
We'll be live for a long time when we do that.
We're at a time when it's not like a football match going on. Man, I know there's some Premier League
8-hour stream.
No, don't tempt him, Jez.
I don't think I can do an 8-hour stream.
I don't think I can either.
I don't think I can. And then, but the problem is that Lee is going to be here, right? And so he's gonna hold everybody hostage and make them do an 8-hour stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, but let's say hi to our guests, our returning champion. Obviously, Jez is here. Jez, how you doing, man? You good?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm very good. Good to be on again. It's been a few weeks. Big up, Saeed. Good to see you, my friend. I've got a busy couple of weeks. Got my son over. He's doing his thing. He's back again, and it's great to be here, man. And thanks for inviting me on as always.
Yeah, of course. And then we got Saad, who has been doing an absolute tour of the YouTube panels, just representing Arsenal in a way that I don't think I could. Your stocks are coming in, Saad. We got a 3-0 against Real Madrid, and we're gonna get into that. But how are you doing, bro? How is the shamelessness doing?
Listen, man. Declan Rice. Actually, we won't even get to that. This is how the shamelessness is doing. Jakub Kivior, one of the best defenders in the league. He dispossessed Kylian Mbappe. Name me a defender that has dispossessed Kylian Mbappe, mate. I'll wait.
Okay. The center back for Real Sociedad did 2 weeks ago.
In the Premier League. Name me one.
Come on. Oh, even Jez is like, that's a little granular level.
Listen, we're here, man. Do you know what I mean? We're here, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm alive, man. I'm alive. That performance was... Listen, we're going to get into it, bro. There's too much to discuss. Man.
Yeah, there's absolutely... Yeah, big up. I mean, we were talking about it backstage, and it was just absolutely we were already buzzing. Like, the energy for this show is absolutely crazy. And big up Aaron Talks Arsenal. First of all, thank you for having me on. Yeah. And big up to my twin, Dr. Seymour Butts. Apparently, we're twins now. That's the new narrative, is that me and Dr. Seymour Butts are now twins. So that is what it is. But big up Aaron for number one, having me on, and number two, sending your guys over here. We really, really appreciate it every single time.
Great show today.
Yeah, that was a great show, and he let me come in and just talk And so obviously I yelled and probably woke up the neighbors, but it is what it is. And big up Luca in the chat. I haven't seen you in a minute, my guy. And then obviously big up my biggest fan, Mr. Post Office, who has absolutely taken the piss already. Hey, you know what? Mr. Post Office, and we'll get into the game after this. I will bask when Mikel wins me a trophy. If he wins me the Champions League, you will see an apology tour like no other. Until then, I'm not basking in anything, my friend. I'm not basking in anything. Our ability, I think people underestimate our ability to screw things up. I don't think we will with this. But if you're out here with your chest out, remember, this team has broken your heart more times than it hasn't. So
true.
Welcome to Arsenal Football Club. Let's get into Arsenal Real Madrid. And I did this on purpose because I wanted to save the energy from Dow for the American Idiot show. We didn't do a match reaction because I had to work really. But Dow, take it away, my guy. What did you think of that win at home? Real Madrid that literally nobody called. Nobody called that.
Right. I was impressed that I at least called that we were going to overrun them in midfield, which we did. Yeah. I'm at least happy that they came out and gave a performance. And you heard from all my short little voice messages on our WhatsApp that I was pretty fucking happy, dude. I took the afternoon off of work to watch this game because I knew it was one of the biggest games of the season, obviously. And actually, to be honest, in my 26 years of following Arsenal, that was probably one of the best games of football I've ever seen this club play. I got to admit, just incredible. And it's like we think critically about this manager because of the things like you said before. He has let us down in the past. We have had 1 out of 20 attempts at cup finals or quarterfinals, etc. Now, and all those numbers matter, right? Like shout out to AJ, he talks about that a lot. He's in a lot of people's chats saying, the good with the bad and so forth. And it's okay to take the good with the bad. But that performance on Tuesday was a staple performance for the club. Not only have we got through the quarterfinals for the first time in a long time, but we performed in the quarterfinals, right? We really, really performed well. Was there a couple of mistakes made? Yes, by Kiwior right at the beginning. But like Saad said, the best center back in the league can make a mistake once in a while. Right, but I'm not going to glaze Kiwior at all because if he leaves the club, Saad, I got to be honest, I'm not going to shed a tear. But I will if he performs in the Champions League and lifts the trophy with the big ears. With that being said, Arteta got it fucking spot on. And so I have to give props to Arteta. Not my only time. I've been on the fence for a while off and on, but I've been fully Arteta out since the Bournemouth loss earlier this season. But yesterday, Tuesday was a whole nother thing. And he was able to explain that, to the squad that, yes, we're not where we want to be in the Prem. 3rd year in a row coming in second. But let's take that anger, that motivation, and that depression that we've had for the last 3 seasons and ball it up into a fist and punch the living shit out of Madrid with it. And that message got across. Now, my thing is, guys, that message needs to be there every single weekend till we lift a Premier League trophy. We should paste Brentford this weekend. I'm not going to get into that. We should paste them. We should. 4-5-0, no real exception. Play the kids, whatever. We'll get into players. I don't know if we're going to get into the weekend thing.
Yeah, we'll get into the lineup.
I'm
sure.
But for now, the message that he set for Tuesday night was felt loud and clear, right? And the boys performed. We need to have that level every single weekend. We know they can do it. We've said this after games. I've been on Jez's show. Jez been on here after we've beat Man City or beat United or beat Chelsea where we beat them earlier in 2024. 5-0. Like in the next week we draw points. Why? Right? That's the question we've had for a long time. Is we look great some weekends and then we look like dog shit, right? And then now we know that we can go up against the best of the best and actually.
Take a call. I'll be right back.
No worries. And actually smash them. That's how I feel, and I'm happy. But I think I'm like you guys. I'm a little on the razor's edge of, is this a for sure thing, or are we or are we just hyping ourselves up for a letdown? What do you think, Jez? Come Wednesday.
Oh, let's get it right. It was a fantastic win. I actually predicted a 0-0. I thought it's going to be a bit of a dead rubber, but you cannot take it away from the second half of that game. Arsenal were outstanding, and I'll say that they were brilliant. Whether we can continue that, I honestly believe going to Madrid next Wednesday, I think we're going to get a result. We're going to get into the semi-final. I do honestly believe that.
Me too.
I mean, I've heard people, we all know how good Real Madrid can be. I thought they were absolutely shocking that night.
Yeah.
They got it all wrong. Ancelotti got it all wrong. I actually think, personally, they underestimated Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to give the manager absolute credit. I mean, I don't want this manager, but he got it bang on the money. And I've always said I will give credit where credit is due, and he got it right. Yeah, something in that second half kicked the team on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was a half-time team talk, I've heard rumours that Declan Rice ignored the coach
instructions.
The free kick coach. Yeah,
whether that's
set
true,
piece coach.
it doesn't matter. He scored 2 world-class free kicks, and I've been racking my brain since the game. I do not remember. I do remember Pepe scoring 2 goals, free kicks in the Europa League back in the day, but they weren't anything on that level. They were 2 world-class free kicks. And anybody wants to debate that, then fair play. But they were levels. And I'm still thinking, who in European football, world football, has ever done that to that level? It was levels.
It was.
And fair play to the team. First half, shaky. Second half, we were outstanding. And I have to give credit to Arteta, and I'll have to give credit to the team. They were awesome. When we go over to Madrid on Wednesday, let's just do it again. Let's just prove what we can do as a football club. Brilliant. And bring on Brentford on Saturday, because in that, if they're in the same mindset, good luck, Brentford.
Yeah, exactly. All right, this is what I wanted. This is why I'm here, because I want to hear some shameless Sod. I want to hear what Sod thought about Tuesday. I know you've been doing the tours, but you're here on TJ Warren TV. You're here to put on a show, bro. Tell me about that game on Tuesday, Sod, and what you're looking for this weekend and going into the return fixture.
Well, listen, the game. Listen, man, there's a lot of words I could use to describe that game, but I'm just gonna use one that starts with the same letter as what my name starts with, and that is sensational. That was a sensational game. That was a sensational game, man. I really think the players really showed up for it, and they dominated Real Madrid in a way that Real Madrid have never been dominated ever. I've never seen Real Madrid dominated in a game like that before. Maybe you could say possibly Man City when they beat them 4-0. You could maybe say that.
In the Champions League, I've never seen anything that comprehensive against Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think with us, we had them literally. These men were trying to block shots off the line. Do you know what I mean? They were on the line.
Yeah.
Bro, they were on the line.
Crazy.
Like Jude Bellingham blocking shots. Camavinga blocked the shot. Alaba blocked the shot. Like it
could have been 6-0.
It could have been 6, 7, 8. It was nuts. We had them pinned. like
It's very
with their
true.
backs to the wall. But for me, I look at this as, of course, the trophy winning aspect of it is something that will give these players that new lease of life to and will give them that experience to say, you know what, we've won a trophy, let's go and win more and more and more. But this is definitely a stage in their careers. This is definitely like a moment in their careers where they've shown we have moments in us. We can be moments players. In the Champions League is a competition for moments, great moments. And we've shown that we are able to produce moments. That's what everybody used to say. Oh, can you produce moments? Oh, can you step up when you need to, when the pressure is at its highest? Can you step up, and can someone score or assist or make something happen to win you that game? We showed that we can do that. I think on this game against Real Madrid was remarkable for me because so many players stepped up. Declan Rice stepping up when we needed him. Saka having a brilliant game. Martinelli, who's somebody who's had a shit season, stepped up and was cooking Valverde. Valverde was getting cooked. Left, right, and
He
center.
was
He was
pretty.
getting
I was
cooked.
going to say Valverde was quiet in that whole match, wasn't he? They
It was
never. I don't think they
insane.
mentioned his name once or twice in the whole match.
Camavinga, Courtois was their best player, but Camavinga was their best outside player,
Yeah.
outfield player. Dude, Valverde. I mean, in my opinion, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. But he was silent.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
Silent. Sorry, go for it.
No, it's fine. And I think that kind of credit has to go to Martinelli for that, because I think like he caused him way too many problems that he couldn't even worry about. Okay, I need to go and do my midfield duties when I invert into the midfield, and do you know what I mean, and all of this business. But one player that I do want to speak about is Miles Lewis-Skelly, because to play in a game when you're 18 years old, and to play in a game of that magnitude, and you're playing against Real Madrid, and he's just doing stuff like it's just casual. He was playing in that game like as if he was just playing against, he's playing against Brentford on the weekend. Yeah. Like it felt so natural to him. And this is where I say, you know what, we've actually got us. And I will go as far as to say this, what somebody just said. If he keeps on going in the trajectory that he's going in, I think we might have another Ashley Cole on our hands. We might have another Ashley Cole on our hands, because this guy, just the confidence that he shows, and there was a video that they showed when he signed his contract with his family, and he was like, "Oh, wait, would you see for yourself going forward?" And then he was like, "Yeah, you know what? I want to get into that first team, and I want to start playing for the first team, and really try and get my position in that." And listen, he's made that a reality. He is now the starting left back. I don't want nobody at left back apart from this guy. Right. Yes, sometimes he makes some crap decisions, like he going in for tackles, and he might be a bit harsh at times, and it definitely needs to work on his like composure when it comes to going in for tackles and his decision making. But that's something that can be drilled into him. Do you know what I mean? Sure. That's something that can be drilled into him. But overall, listen, I think it was a great game. I think the 2 goals were some of the best goals up. That second free kick, I mean, bro, I was going crazy. I was screaming, I was shouting, like a tear nearly went in my eye, bro. It's crazy, man. And then that Mikel Merino goal as well. Mikel Merino to strike that first time. I mean, take a bow, son, man. Take a bow, because to strike that first time. This is, for me. I don't know if it's something that could be not necessarily consistent, because he has scored so many goals. I think he's scored like 8 goals or 9 goals or something in like 10 games or something like that. So the numbers are crazy if you go by goals to game ratio. But in regards to that, I don't think that's what the future is for him.
Do you reckon though? Do you reckon he'd be man enough if let's theoretically, mate, think that we get to the Champions League final? Do you not think that might be too big a stage for Skelly, and that maybe a more experienced left back like Tierney, who has won major trophies, Do you not think maybe, because we do know with Skelly, he's got that, he's young, and he's got that little bit of impetuous about him that may cost. I mean, we did it. Let's be right. We did it, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Again in 2005, cost us, right? Bit of impetuousness. I still think we was cheated, personally.
We were.
I still think we were, personally, if you want my honest opinion.
Corruption.
But I think, yeah, I agree with you. He's a great prospect, and I agree. He could be another next Ashley Cole. I totally agree with you. But do you not think in a massive final like the Champions League, it may be a little bit too much for him? Knowing what the dirty tricks that are going to come on.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
And they're already coming onto him in the Premier League too. So, just saying.
Just a thought.
No,
I think
good point, Jez.
Yeah.
You know what? I think for me, I look at how he keeps on. I understand what you mean by like, if he could, but I think what he does on the pitch is way too valuable to not take the chance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say, I understand that Tierney. Listen, I rate Tierney, and I get laughed at for rating Tierney. But I rate Tierney. Do you know what I mean? I think he's a very good defender. Going forward, for what Arteta wants, I don't think he can do that. But he still offers something going forward in regards to crossing the ball and has a mad whip of a cross on him. But when we look at Miles Lewis-Kelly, no, God, no, man, no. Jez, man, he'll stop at half time.
Really going on experience now.
Jez, I think Jez roofied himself.
All I'm gonna say is there's one reason, one of the reasons why Man City bottled that Champions League to Chelsea. Alexander Zinchenko. Thank you very much, man. But I can't lie. I personally think he just offers what he offers is way too valuable to just leave on the bench. I can't put anybody ahead of him, in my personal opinion. But yeah, listen,
Can I expand on that just a little bit? Because I really want to talk about Miles Lewis-Kelly a little bit too. Like, and I agree with Sud. Like, I think that we've given Miles Lewis-Kelly the keys to the castle now at that left back position. He has it locked down. Calafiori is not going to start at the left back position for us unless there is a rotation issue or an injury problem with Miles Lewis-Kelly. Obviously, Kieran Tierney is going back to Celtic. Good for him. Thank you for your service to the club. He's one of my favorite players to play for Arsenal in a very, very long time. For a very long time, I'm a big fan of his. But he doesn't fit the profile. Like whether we like the manager or not, he does not fit the profile of the formation that Arteta plays. And Miles Lewis-Kelly, we've been asking for this for a long time. We always used to get so pissed off about Zinchenko going into the midfield and losing the ball because he was being asked to do something that he wasn't able to do or he wasn't capable of doing. Miles Lewis-Kelly is capable of doing it. He led us to our two biggest chances of that game against Real Madrid yesterday. He got the assist on the Moreno goal. He gets into dangerous areas. He's responsible with the ball. He's calm on the ball. I feel like I say this every fucking episode now, but the kid is the real deal. He's the real deal. And I am. Go ahead.
Keep on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just think I see where Jez is coming from. There has to be a solidarity that I think that there's a little more with Kieran Tierney, right? If Kieran Tierney, we know he's not inverting, he's not doing Skelly things, but I don't know if we need that, Saad, right? And to your question, Jez, that's a tough
in the
question.
Return fixture of Real Madrid, maybe not. I hear what you're saying for that.
Yeah.
But going into the later half of the Champions League, I think he's earned his spot.
Right. No, going into it, I thought specifically going to Madrid on Wednesday, that's the question, right? Do you risk Skelly because he's more offensive? Do we go on the offensive side like we did on Tuesday, or we play Tierney and be a little more reserved in defense, take our chances defensively more, but still have the ability to whip some balls into the box and hopefully, Saka, Moreno, or Trossard, or whoever can get on him, right? I mean,
right.
I kind of want to tend to where Jez is, and I just want solidarity. I think Skelly can be a risk, like we've all noticed at times. And God forbid if he gets a yellow, God forbid a fucking red, then we're really in a tight spot, right? And not that he's going to do that. I think he's grown up already. He's growing up day to day, training every day, learning the craft of being the next Ashley Cole. But I think, to Jez's point, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jez, Tierney to me does provide a little more solidarity. Like his positioning is so good. Go ahead, Jez.
Like when we go to play Real Madrid on Wednesday night at the Bernabeu, I think what I'm trying to put here is this is a tricky one. I would play Lewis Skelly. He's earned his right. What I was trying to allude to, if we get to a semi-final, I think we will. I honestly do believe we will beat.
Yeah, we will.
I think we'll beat. I think it could be a stinky
1-1 is thinking.
And Real Madrid
they got Morpheus
and fight, and we can catch them on the break because they've got to come out and get 4 goals.
Right, exactly.
Right, so they're going to have to really fight for it. Point I was trying to make is maybe a little bit too far ahead. When we beat Real Madrid, we get into the semi-final, right? Then it's a different sort of level. Yeah, we haven't been in a semi-final of the Champions League, for a very, very long time. And it's going to be a different level. So is that the time? And this is a very difficult decision for Arteta. Does he stick? And let's just hope that Skelly gets through that game without doing anything stupid, right? Or doesn't get injured, right? Then does he have to make that decision or say, well, I need more experience? And that, I think, is a tough decision for a manager to say, well, I'm swapping you out for a more experienced left back and then get through the semi-final and get to the league. What do you do? It's a nice position to be in,
for sure.
but tough. Do you disrespect a young lad that's actually got you halfway there? And then say, well, actually, thank you, but I need a more experienced player.
Yeah.
And mentally, that we know that Tierney's going back to Celtic. So would he give you 100%? I think he would. And he's never been in the Champions League final. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a real
I think we get 100% out of either one, Jez, but I just specifically for me, Wednesday, maybe you take a shot on Tierney just to keep things a little more solid. I'm not saying that he has to do that because, like you said, Skelly is the best option, a good option as well. Good problem to have. I just, I don't know. But Skelly was really good Tuesday.
I'm just, and we don't always have to agree on everything.
Right. Go. Man. Yeah, that was a big discussion the other night with the missus and everything. I'm not quitting. I'm going to be taking some time out. I've jumped on this show tonight because I respect all these gentlemen here. But I'm not quitting my channel. I'm just going to take some time out, man. It has caused a bit of grief, but I've had a discussion with the boss, and I'm not walking out. I will be. I'm here. I'm staying. Unfortunately for you lot.
Wall Street clip here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. I am staying, but I will be for probably till next season. I'll be regressing and having a little bit,
We got Barb's the boss.
As Mama has just said, big up Barb's the boss. Yeah, it has caused a bit of grief, to be honest. So,
well, we're glad. As longtime fans, Jez, and short time peers, we're glad. We're very, very glad you're sticking around. We need your voice in this community.
Sure.
People listen to you, and you got to keep that guy P Gunner in line. That's all I'm going to say. You got to keep him in line. That's all you got to do. getting back to the Miles Lewis Skelly conversation. Like, look, I understand if you're worried about him getting into car trouble against Real Madrid. Like, I understand that, but I just think he's earned his spot in this team. I think that he fits the system really, really well. I'm hot. I could be proven wrong. Look, he has had a couple of growing moments during this season. Obviously, he got a red card. I don't necessarily agree with it. Obviously, he got 2 red cards, one of them rescinded. I didn't agree with the first one. The second one was pretty obvious and it was tactical. So I just think that he's just been gangbusters for us this season. And the performance that he put on against Real Madrid is just a game changer. And it shows you the future that he has in this club. And I am just, if there's one thing that I'm taking out of this season,
right? You got to reward him Wednesday.
Yeah, and if there's one thing that I'm taking out of this season, and I know Igal said this earlier, but I agree with him. If there's a positive that I'm taking out of this season is that I got what I asked for in seeing Miles Lewis Skelly and Ethan Winieri playing meaningful minutes after I saw him play in the United States. I saw them play, and I'm like, these guys are for real. We need to see serious minutes out of these guys. And unfortunately, injuries facilitated that. But we have shown it's shown a lot of where we need to improve in this club, especially in recruitment. Like, how did we have two gems sitting in the academy, but you're going out and buying Calafiori? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Why is Fabio Vieira still here? Like, these are questions that I'm going to continue to ask, but I don't want to get too far off topic. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to say about Real Madrid before I ask some spellbinding questions about the Brentford fixture on the weekend?
We got Jury and Timber, man.
Yeah. Talk on Yuri and Timber for me.
I think this guy might be one of the best fullbacks in the world, man. I'll be real. I don't even care if anybody wants to say to me it's shameless. It's just over the top or anything. I don't know if we've got somebody more complete than him at the moment. I understand maybe when Ben White is on the pitch, I think he definitely gives us something different. I think his overlapping runs are definitely better than Timber. But Timber's somebody who, when you watch him, he always likes to go on the inside. He likes to go inside and then go down the middle and try and, do you know what I mean, do a little link-up play. Ben White's always trying to go on the outside because he wants to do that cross and be a bit more dangerous. I understand it, and I love that we've got the best of both worlds. Do you know what I mean, with both of them? But, bro, when I see Drew and Timber on this pitch and I see what he did to Vinicius Jr., who's someone that could easily get past anybody if he does a quick few tricks, like just his way to jockey attackers and just his defensive IQ and going forward. I think he might be one of the best fullbacks in the world, in my opinion.
Would you say Kenny Sampson, one of the greatest right backs we've ever had, right? Would you say he's as good as him? I'll tell you what. Right now, I would say he's pretty damn bloody close.
Kenny Sampson was before Saad's time.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I watched. The thing is, I think for me it would be a bit different for me because I don't have that emotional attachment.
All right, no, fair. I apologize.
So that's the only thing why, because for me, unless I watch the players like fully and then I'm able to just witness them live, I don't think I can fully like. But listen, the thing is for me, Timber right now, I don't know. I don't know. It depends because you got to take trophies into it and stuff like that. So, do you know what I mean?
I look at it like there's other players in the league. So I'm like,
I can't.
Kenny Sampson is Arsenal's highest capped England footballer.
Okay,
right? And
I didn't know that myself.
He was levels. He was levels. I'll tell you. Sorry, I didn't realise.
No, it's fine.
he was an excellent. He could play right back and left back, right? But the fact is his predominant position was left back. And I to give you a comparison, right? Jurrien Timber is not, in my opinion, my honest opinion, the chap may disagree, not far off as a younger player off his levels. Right, he was a proper tough cookie, and his forward play was, when he linked up with the midfield, was unreal, unbelievable. And when he played for England, he was pretty much damn the same thing. But
so what you're saying, Jez, is Kenny Sampson is the standard of at Arsenal, and our left and right backs need to aspire to, essentially. And then we had Ashley Cole, and I thought Barke Sanya was really good too during his tenure. And now we're looking at someone like Timber, right? So you're saying that Timber could be Samson level, right? Is what you're getting at.
Honestly, I think for his age, right? I mean, you think what Kenny Sampson achieved in his time at Arsenal. And I honestly believe, I'm going to stick my neck on the block here right now, right? I honestly believe if we keep hold of Timber, I'm not saying he's going to get the caps, but I was thinking he'll certainly achieve that level.
He's got to compete with Denzel Dumfries, I believe, for that right back position in the Dutch side. I believe, right? And Denzel Dumfries is a very good player too. But and that's where my comparison comes, Sod. Sorry to interrupt you, but is that, like, you look at players from other clubs, right? Who's really up there? I mean, not really Man City. Who's their right back? I can't even remember right now. Who's played back from Man City, right? The right back from Liverpool is Bradley now, right? I mean, I just don't know who's better. Like, you can look at the German leagues. Is somebody really better? Is the right back at Dortmund better? Is the right back at Bayern Munich better? I'm not so sure.
Everybody
makes him better. That's why I agree with Saad. He's got to be one of the best in Europe.
I think he's the best in the Premier League, and I got shouted down when we're doing the combined 11s in about 2 or 3 weeks ago during the international break, because they got Ole Aina over at Nottingham Forest, who's been performing who obviously Nottingham Forest have been hitting above their weight all season long. So he got in over Jurrien Timber, which I didn't agree with. But, if you're not watching Jurrien Timber game in, game out, and you're looking at just his stats, you're not seeing the impact that he has on the field and the key moments that he gets himself into.
Do you know what also makes me think like this guy is completely out of this world? Is the fact you rarely see a player have an ACL or out with a ligament injury.
Facts. Good point.
And then come back and then consistently be performing. And like, he's fallen a couple of times and I've got my head in my hands. I'm like, bro, if he goes out, do you know what I mean? So I think that we have to take that into consideration. He's performing at this level and he's just come back from an ACL. So you can just imagine what he would have done if we had him the season when he got injured. Do you know what I mean? You can only imagine what he would have done for us, because a few of those games we could have used him. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't think nobody comes close, in my opinion.
I think if he stays healthy, we are closer, or we get it over the line with the league last season. I mean, and I mean that seriously. Some of the deficiencies that we had at fullback last season, that we fixed, and now we obviously have deficiencies in the forward line. I seriously think if we had Jurrien Timber last season, we would be singing a different tune. And I don't say that lightly. I really don't. Yeah. We were this close, and a player of quality like Jurrien Timber would have gotten us over the line, in my opinion. But anyway, all right. No, I think we've glazed Jurrien Timber enough. Big up the chat, by the way. We did have a super chat come in from Wolfgang Division on Jezza's channel.
Wolfie.
Big up Wolfie. He says, nice to catch a stream of you, Jezza. Seems like I'm always working with you. Hope you are good, sir. Big up Wolfie. It's been a while. We haven't seen Wolfie in a while. Big up, my guy. Big up.
Busy man.
Yeah. I will say, people, don't put super chats into me. Put them into TJ.
No, I don't need support your favorite creators, people. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't matter where it goes. does
So,
not matter
one
at
thing I
all.
was going to say about the Madrid game, TJ, real quick, is
Go
I
for
think
it,
we
man.
did an analysis the weekend before was, I really made the comment that I don't see us moving the ball through the midfield against Madrid. I thought we would lump it to Moreno. I did. I thought we'd be under so much pressure. We'd get the ball, get nervous, just lump it to Moreno and let him do the work, or lump it to Saka. But it really was the opposite, wasn't it? I mean, it really was a phenomenal taking apart of a very top side. I saw someone put in the chat that Tukanami or whatever his name is, Chinami is going to be in the side.
Yeah.
Would if he really had much of an effect Tuesday? I don't think so. But where I was wrong in how we would move the ball into the final third, I was kind of patting myself on the back to see the domination in midfield, to see the physicality of Rice and Timber slot, inverted in there, to see Odegaard doing Odegaard things.
Odegaard was our worst player again.
One of the worst players on the pitch, right? But Thomas Partey was phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
So I think we really have that midfield game won, and if we can just, like I said earlier, continue that on till Wednesday, we will beat them, and that crowd's going to be hostile as hell. But that's just part and parcel of the game. You've got to play. You're not playing towards the crowd. You got to play to get the trophy. So I'm really excited, man. But I got it spot on wrong. In the way we were going to play.
Well,
but
they've got to come out and fight.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
That's when they're going to be. That's when they can't play a low block anymore.
Right.
They've got to come out and push it, and that is where Arsenal can catch them and push them down. And if Arsenal score first, 4-0, right, then that puts them further back, and they got to come out even further.
That's even harder, right? If we get that one goal, it's done. There's no way.
It's over.
Saliba's not going to let them concede 4 goals on us. Him and Raya, even a Kiwi are in there. There's no way. And Timber and Skelly they're not going to give up 4 goals. I mean, we could say, I was watching the game Real Sociedad. Real Madrid were down 3-1 and came back and tied it up 4-4. 5-4 on aggregate. But we're not Real Sociedad, right? We're much more organized and physical than that.
We have done it against Bayern Munich twice, but it's a different situation now. Different situation.
Yeah. I think so too. I think so too. I think the mentality's there too. I think the boys know what they need to do.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Big up Wolfie for the super chat again. He directed it over to my channel today. Big up my guy. He says, smash the likes for the U.S. Gunners. Don't listen to the title, both gents. Hey, you know what? I can be a gent and an idiot at the same time too. I'm thinking of starting up a new solo show called Dumb Yankee. You know that band Damn Yankees?
Yeah.
I think I might do a solo show called Dumb Yankee, and and just talk ball and yell at the chat. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? You got nothing but time.
We got nothing but time.
Shout out again, Jez, for joining us today. I know you put up a video the other day, like you're kind of taking it easy now, but thanks for being here, bro. I know that
absolutely
watching the YouTubes and stuff. I get like I said, I sent Jez a picture on Instagram. I had him up on the TV. Me and my wife are watching the whole thing while I'm folding laundry in the living room. And I'm like, look, Jez, you're on the family tube. And I think Jez, just do what you want to do, man.
Yeah. And just know people, remember, TJ Warren TV doesn't exist without Jez. Period. End of story. He is the one that pushed me to do this. Okay. And we've been going for 2 years strong. So that's what I say. I blame whenever I'm talking to anybody, I go, well, it's Jez's fault that I'm here. So go and log a complaint over there. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
Blame me. It's my fault.
Exactly right. All right, guys, I wanted to.
Can I just answer a very quick question?
Go for it.
Actually. From, let me go back. Toronto Luna. Jezza, what do you think of Tony Woodcock? Just watched some highlights. Him seemed like a baller. He was Arsenal's top goal scorer for 3 seasons. So he was a proper. Mate, I watched that guy. So many games. He was
this in the 80s, 70s, or 80s, Jez?
He was 70s, 80s, in between.
No,
late 70s, 80s, in between. 80s, great, fantastic football. England international, brilliant footballer. Arsenal top scorer for 3 seasons. Can't say more than that.
Yeah.
What a
Baller.
name.
I love my club, man. I actually love my
Dude,
club, man.
And here's the thing
Exactly.
here's the thing, guys, that I don't think gets talked about enough. Like when we're toiling, when we're drawing games, and we're not performing in the league the way that we want to, winning solves all problems. I have not seen a more united fan base behind this team than we've seen right now. All you need is that big result, and everybody kind of gets behind the boys. And I am there. I am there right now. Like let's do this. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. We've shown that we can compete with the likes of PSG. We can obviously compete with the likes of Villa. I wanted to ask the question to you guys before we maybe see what kind of rotation you guys would want to see at Brentford on the weekend. Who would you rather play? PSG or Villa? We'll start with Saad.
PSG.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
PSG.
Can I say why?
Yeah, go for it.
Because we've got a big problem beating Emery.
Yeah.
And that's the big worry for me. Because we've got a poor record, not only against Villa, but against other teams like Villarreal that he's managed, and he basically seems to get it over the edge. I'm not saying he would now, but
yeah,
I'd rather not play him. I'd rather play PSG.
Oh, facts. What? Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm
word
with you
for
there.
word, man. I'm
Yeah.
bar for bar with Jez, bro. Right there, bro. What he said is exactly what I was gonna say, bro. I don't trust our team over for some reason, Unai Emery's just got Arteta's number, bro. It just is what it is. Like we might get wins here and there, but for some reason, like when we do beat them, we slap them up. But
Yeah.
if you look at the numbers and how many times we've played against them and played against Emery, do you know what I mean? It's for me PSG is definitely the one that I would go for, man. I think PSG suits us more, man. They'll open up, and this team has now shown me after this game. Of course, this game has shown me that at least we've got players in there that have got, like I said to you guys, man, it's moments. They've shown me that they can produce moments out of nothing. So for me, that means we can take on any, apart from Barcelona. If we get to the final in Barcelona, I think we're serious underdogs in that, just because of how highly I rate this Barcelona team. But
yeah,
PSG, yes, I think their attack's more dangerous. But the midfield battle we've already won previously, and the defense was exactly the same, and we've already won that battle already against them. So
yeah.
I do you know what I mean? The only thing is their attack, and I trust my defenders to be able to do a job. I'm a bit worried about Miles Riskelly against Ousmane Dembele, because Ousmane Dembele is just crazy this season, but I trust Saliba to handle that whole midfield, that whole defense. We saw him do it against Real Madrid. Anytime anybody tried to make a mistake, he was always there, just covering them. It didn't matter. So yeah.
Where is the final this year, guys? Where is it held?
Munich.
It's not Paris when we got cheated.
Yeah.
Can we do what Chelsea done in Munich, man? Another English team going in the final.
The Germans love the English loves the Germans.
I stick my neck on the line here, right? I'm going to stick my neck right out here. My head will probably get chopped off. But I'm going to say this right now: if we can get past Real Madrid, right, and we get past the semi-final, and we get to the final, I've got this stinky feeling that Arsenal will win it. Do you know why? I do. I think because this manager is so bloody lucky, right? It'll
put it all on luck.
Honestly, I've got this awful
The
feeling.
Germans are coming.
It's not an awful feeling. I'd love Arsenal to win the Champions League. I've never seen it happen in my life, and it'll probably be the last time I ever see it in my life. But I've got that feeling. I'm sorry to say it, gentlemen. I'm not going to say it's down to the manager's great technical ability. Yes, William Holmes, you're quite right. Yeah, you get to the final. If we don't get cheated again, like we did against Barcelona, which we did get cheated, I don't care what anyone who wants to tell me, we got cheated in that game, right?
That wasn't a red card.
And
that was not a red card.
It was never a red card.
Never in a million years. I've watched that so many times. Anyway, that's another story. I honestly, you know, you're going to laugh and people are going to take the piss. Honestly, if Arsenal gets that final, right, they'll stink it out. I do believe that, guys. I do honestly believe it.
If that happens,
oh my!
If that happens, I will personally I will free of charge for Arsenal build a statue for Mikel Arteta right there.
Yeah, I'll fly out there and pour the concrete. I swear. Give me the big ear trophy.
I will do anything, bro. For the Champions League. I mean, that's the only trophy we haven't. That's the only trophy we haven't won. We've got 13 league titles. We've got 14 FA Cups. We're the third biggest team in England without the Champions League. Imagine what the Champions League does for our club. Like, in the stature of nobody can ever chat to us. Nobody. Because if they say to us, where your Champions League is right there in the freaking cabinet, man. Go and check it out. So,
yeah.
Honestly, if they get there, Said, if they get there, I'm going to that final. I'm going.
Yes.
I might have to mortgage my house. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to mortgage my house and go into
take out a line of credit.
Yeah. Take out another credit card. But
listen, TJ, I want PSG too, man. And just for the exact same reason Saad and Jez said, especially like what Saad was saying earlier, Emery has our ticket in some way, shape, or form. Like he knows we play a high press. He knows how to get out of it. And plus, he's a serial winner with European trophies. He won it 3 years in a row with Sevilla or something like that, right? Or years ago, but I mean, and he coached PSG as well. Not that means anything, but you know,
Pochettino also coached PSG.
Yeah, I just think that I just don't see us like playing that high press tempo game against Villa because I think they'll be used to that in the Premier League, and he'll analyze the Madrid tape with them really well. PSG, I just think we can overpower them in the midfield, like Saad was saying. They just don't have that physicality that if we play like we did against right now, if we play like we did against anybody on Tuesday, I think we beat them. Doesn't matter who it is, from Barcelona to fucking Rapid Vienna. But the thing is that to keep that same intensity, we keep the same 11, right? We do what we got to do and get that first goal on Wednesday. And then we look to PSG because I do think PSG are going to go through. That's what
I think PSG go. Yeah, I think PSG go through too. But and here's something. I also want PSG. Spoiler alert. But here's something that isn't getting brought up enough. Donnarumma is due for a stinker. He's due. I do not rate him as highly as I rate Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez comes out and plays us every single game. Emi Martinez has a chip on his shoulder. He has a reason that he wants to knock us off because we let him go for 20 million cheaply, in my opinion, and everybody's opinion. Really, he's the best. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Yeah. I just think that the matchup against Donnarumma is so much better. We made him look absolutely ridiculous when we played him in the league stage. I think that we have Donnarumma's number. We can have PSG's number as well. And I agree with Saad. Up to the front three, we are a better team. We are a better team. And arguably you could say that Bukayo Saka and Dembele are on the same level. It's just we're missing that natural striker and the left side. That's it. Because right. Obviously I rate Doué, I rate a lot of these PSG guys, but you also got to look at like who are they playing every week? Like the French league the French league is not strong.
Right. They don't have a Declan Rice. They don't have that much of
they don't have the players like RC Lens is probably not the levels of a Premier League team. Like, I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. So I would rather see PSG. I think we can get it done against them, and I think it comes down to the goalkeepers as well. David Rea has been absolutely fantastic for us, not only saving shots, but his ball distribution has been fantastic as well. So I'm just, I'm gassed, guys. Like, I'm not going to say anything negative. I really want to just get your guys' opinion on how we should line up against Brentford going into the second leg of the Real Madrid game, and then let's get out of here and start enjoying our weekend, boys. Dal, I'm going to start with you. What would you do? What's your starting 11 against Brentford?
Starting 11 against Brentford. On the left, I would put Zinchenko. Center back, I would put Kiwior. Center back, somebody from the academy. On the right, I would put Benjamin White. My midfield three would contain Jorginho, Moreno, Waneri. I don't think he's injured, is he? On the left,
no, he's not.
Sterling, Trossard, and on the right, I would play somebody. No, I'm sorry. I would put Trossard on the left, Nathan Obiwani. I don't know if I said his name right. The 22-year-old striker that Arteta refuses to play.
Was it Nathan Butler? Oyedeji.
Yeah, Oyedeji. Yep, Oyedeji.
I'll call him Nathan Butler just for easeability. So I put Nathan Butler up there, center forward, and I would put fucking Sterling on the right. I would play as many, bro. If you got to bring up kids from the Hale End, bring them up now. Now's the time. I don't care if we don't see fucking, Shaggy Scooby-Doo and he's 17 years old. Bring him in for Saliba. This game means nothing. Nothing. Give all the fucking academy kids a chance and Jorginho. Yeah, right. I mean, I don't want, bro. That's the 11 I want. I don't want any subs. I don't want to see Saka on there. I don't want to see any of them. We can bring back the 18-year-old kid we got from Ajax as keeper too. Play dead fucking serious. I know it sounds crazy, funny, whatever, but there's no room to risk any of our top players for any sort of knock, any sort of injury, because Brentford are hitmen, bro. Their defense is slow. They will kick your feet out from under you. They will do Eduardo tackles if they get the chance. And we cannot risk it, you guys. We absolutely 100% cannot risk it. I'm serious. If it's one kid we pull up for that one game and send his ass back to Hale End, do it, because there's too much to risk, guys. I don't care like I said, they could be no names with Jorginho on there, and I would be happy. I seriously would. We cannot risk it, guys. We cannot risk it. If Saka gets injured, we're done. If Moreno gets injured, what are we going to do? If Martinelli pulls a hamstring, we're done. If fucking Odegaard, or as much as we dislike him, I get it. If Rice fucking breaks his toe or fractures his ankle or hurts his elbow, then what? Then it's done. The dream is done, right? And we cannot afford to have the dream killed on Wednesday. We have to fulfill the dream, lift the trophy with the big ears, and play the fucking kids this weekend. Next.
Great.
That's my thoughts.
Yes, I agree.
Flip the script. Now's the time.
If I was given the reins, I would do unspeakable things. I'd put under 10s. I'd just start doing illegal stuff. Do you know what I mean? Just put the under 10s out there. I know it's against the competition's rules, but man, it's all good, man. Let them play against the adults, man.
Take the forfeit,
bro. Right? I don't care. The league is gone. We don't need to do nothing. Like even in the I don't know if you guys have seen Arteta's presser this morning.
No, it was early this morning.
They asked him like, "Oh, do you still have any belief in the league?" He said yes. He said it's a very competitive league, but as he said it, he didn't believe it himself. He was chatting out of his ass. He knows he was chatting out of his ass. He was like, it's a very competitive league, and Liverpool know that more than anybody. And I'm just like, bro, you got to say no.
Let's have a look. We've got
7 or 8.
Brentford, Ipswich away, Palace home. So that's 1, 2, 3. Bournemouth home, Liverpool away, So, I mean, are you going to tell me in that 6 games that we're going to lose? We're going to lose. Sorry, you're telling me in that game Liverpool going to lose 5 games?
No way.
No way.
If they do that,
That'd be the biggest bottle in EPL
yeah,
history.
it'll be the biggest bottle in.
They just need to win 1 or 2 of those, really.
We've actually, one of the games they've got to play is against Arsenal.
Right. Right. Now,
So-
Jez, if
that
we
would
didn't drop points against if we didn't drop points against Everton, Jez, when they did, right? They did drop points against Fulham, I think it was. Wasn't it 3-2 against Fulham?
Yeah.
They lost or something like that. Now, right, the math still isn't there. I mean, the math still is there, but it only, I think, puts us up there by like 2 points if you do the math, right? You know, Jez, and I know, and I think everyone in the chat and, of course, in this panel knows we are not winning the league. Liverpool literally have to only win 2 games, I think, and it's done.
So, TJ, to answer your question about the Brentford game, I'd put Neto in goal. Yeah, I'd drag out all the kids on the bench that are sitting there and never play. Right, it's a no means game.
Yep,
right.
Facts.
The only argument that I've seen people say is we've got to win 2nd place and stop Nottingham Forest. Why? For what?
Well,
what trophy are we going to get for 2nd?
The beat Nottingham Forest trophy.
What does it matter if 2nd? If we get 3rd or 2nd, which is that's the only way it's going to. That's the only equation. Man City aren't going to get it. So why? What, to make it out that we've come 2nd 3 seasons on the spin?
Well, Jez, do you want the Yeti to finish above us?
Nobody's going to remember that in 10 years' time.
That's true.
I don't want the Yeti to finish above us, Jez.
Dude,
Yeti.
10 years' time in a pub quiz, right? And you say to people, what was the team that came 2nd year, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da?
We'll make history if we do it 3 times.
They're going to be going, Nobody cares. Nobody's interested. So does it matter if he comes 2nd or 3rd? Oh no, we can't lose 2nd spot. I've seen these comments. We can't lose 2nd spot. Why? You don't get anything for 2nd.
Jez, I won it 3 years in a row.
It doesn't even affect, like, I think if we were still in the old, like, well, let me take that back, because they still do draw. They don't really even draw on pots anymore, do they? They just pots doesn't matter for the Champions League anymore. If you qualify, you qualify. You end up going against
If Arsenal get to the semi-final, you're seeded in 1st. So it doesn't make any difference.
First in the FA Cup, anyway.
What's the point? So at the end of the day, get back to your original point. Is I would take out our key players. Yeah, I'd take them out of the equation and just put out a no rubber team. Again, I mean, let's be honest, Brentford shit anyway, right?
Yeah. They are this season.
Give the kids a go.
They look terrible against Chelsea, I'm not going to lie.
Let's be honest. He did this with Enweri, right? He took the piss didn't he? Do you remember? He took the piss against Brentford. Do you remember?
Yep.
When he stuck out him against them, right? And just it doesn't matter.
He's definitely playing.
It's irrelevant.
Wanyeri has to play against Brentford.
Wanyeri's
I think he was disrespectful that he didn't play against Real Madrid, to be honest with you.
We know that. Of course he will. But
Jez,
just rest Raya. Don't need him playing. Right? And just put the kids out there. Let them have a run. Let's find a little star.
Don't you think for a second? No, just question for a second. I think one thing TJ was saying was, what does that do for the mentality of some of the players who really, what kind of, I don't know. What do you think that does? I mean, we don't. He needs to play the kids. Just play the kids.
Well, can I share mine? Can I share mine with you guys, and then you guys can rake me over the coals, and then we can get out of here. I would start Tommy Setford. Yes. I don't want to see Neto ever play for the shirt ever again. Send him back to Bournemouth. I don't care about him. I don't care. I don't care if he's only played one horrible game. Put Setford in. I don't care. Put Setford in. Left back, Kieran Tierney. Put him in. Let him play. I don't think. Wait.
He'll go in the midfield.
Don't wait. He knows. Yes, he knows.
Oh,
he knows. He knows.
That's probably
so I would play. So listen to this. I would play Kiwior and I would play Saliba for 45 minutes and 45 minutes only. Then take him out. And then on the right, if White is fit, put him out there. If he's fit, put him out there. That's all I'm going to say. If not, then you have to put Timber out there, and then maybe put for 45, and then Party out there 45.
No, don't risk it,
dude. Well, we don't have any other
especially Timber. The thing is with Timber, he went down in the Real Madrid game, innit, and just was
okay.
Was
you know what? Fairs.
I wouldn't even play him. I'd give him a rest
just to be safe. Ben White. That's fine. I will concede that. My midfield. Get ready. Zinchenko, Odegaard, Jorginho.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Put Odegaard in there so maybe he can find some form. Maybe go out there, do something.
He will put him on their back heel for sure.
Yeah. So go out there, give him something, and make him captain the side and actually lead these boys. And then on the left, you guys aren't going to like this at all. Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Yep.
Right on the right, Ethan Nwaneri, and up the middle, Trossard. That's it, because Trossard won't start against Real Madrid.
That's the lineup he's going to play.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to play.
I wouldn't play Nwaneri.
When Yeri will only come on in relief against Real Madrid, he's going to play Saka against Real Madrid. I hear what you're saying, though.
I know that, but he's somebody I wouldn't risk.
Yeah, fair.
I personally think you could drag somebody out of it. Don't forget, guys, there are players that are not on the bench that he can still use for the
reserves.
He has got a 20-man squad.
If he plays academy kids, I will be shocked.
That's what I'm saying. Nathan Butler up front all day.
He can do it. He has got license.
Right? No, you know what? No, right back. Josh Nichols. You're welcome.
You know, for Odegaard, you know who you bring in? Max Dowman. Max Dowman for Odegaard.
Dowman.
He just scored a hat trick with the under 18s the other day.
Yeah, there is another option.
Max Dowman.
Free transfer. There's a free transfer.
We could get a transfer in before.
We could get TJ. You might get a phone call.
Hey, you know what? I'll go out there and run for exactly 2 minutes and then ask to be subbed off because I am doing that.
That's all Odegaard does. So,
and on that,
I'm joking,
guys. This stream might go into flames, and all three of them are going to be on me. If I say my thoughts on Odegaard against Real Madrid,
say it.
Go on, man.
You know what? No, take us out on that. Actually, take us out on that. Real Madrid. I think he was our worst player on the pitch. To be honest,
I don't think he was that bad. I just think the game plan didn't. Okay. No, but hold on. But I don't think the game plan suited him. In my personal opinion, I think the way we were playing down the flanks, Odegaard is someone more who likes to be central. Do you know what I mean? And
he was.
To link up with his guy. I think he had one pass which was very good for Saka. But listen, for me, Odegaard this season, he's having a shit season. I'm not going to sit here and try and gas anything up. He's having a shit season. He had injuries at the start, but since he's come back, he's not been the same player as last season. But I think I can give him another year. Like I think there's people who are asking for him to get like sent out or sold. In my personal opinion, I wouldn't sell him. I think he's one of the players that's on the cusp of being world class. So, do you know what I mean? Maybe Martin Odegaard.
I knew he had to do it, Jez. We knew he had to do it. He was going to do it. Saad, I just think I don't disagree with what you said. I don't disagree with what you said in terms of him not fitting into that game very well. I agree with you 100%. But he needs to learn how to adapt to different situations and lead by example. And he hasn't been leading by example all season.
I fucking love you, man.
Like,
fucking, you say it, didn't you?
Yeah, like I'm sorry, he hasn't been leading by example. So that's you want to be world class for Arsenal Football Club. You want to be considered world class. You want to be up there with Vieira. You want to be up there with all the legends. You need to start performing consistently. You cannot disappear in games, and he disappears in games a lot, and the players around him are making up for it. So, do I think he was the worst player on the pitch? No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But was he the worst player for Arsenal? Yes.
He was, though.
100%.
Yeah, right. Valverde was. Valverde in that whole match was the worst player on the pitch for his level.
Dude, I think David Alaba got absolutely got schooled, bro.
Yeah,
we can name 2 or 3 Real Madrid players that just got absolutely turned over.
Go on, Jez.
Turned over. Go ahead, Jez.
I have to say, I'll tell you what, fair play to you, man. Fair play to you. Because I tell you what, mate, you put your head in the chopping block, and, mate. Honestly, I respect. I actually love you. I think you're top man.
Oh, that's kind. That's kind.
You know what? And on that kindness,
after we win, it's a big love affair, like TJ said.
Like I said, we're all in this together.
Here's everything.
Yeah, we're all here. High School Musical settings. You know what?
Yeah,
nothing brings a fan base together like a big W. That's all I'm going to say.
And
with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Saad, tell us where people can find you. Saad's channel, Saad's link is in the description of every single one of my videos because he is a G and he supports this channel all the time. So Saad, tell them where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, listen, man. Saad's Football Corner. I'm probably going to be doing a watch along tomorrow. I've got a service on my car. I don't know how long that's going to take. They might have it all day. They might have it all weekend. I don't know. But I'm probably going to have a watch along tomorrow, depending on how everything goes. But yeah, Saad's Football Corner. Do you know what I mean? We're here, man. We're here. Do you know what I mean? Like and subscribe here. Then like and subscribe on Jez's channel and on Dal as well. And then go to my channel and like and subscribe. Big up.
Yep. Big up, my guy. Big up. Jez. We'll need you for the 100th episode, by the way, too. So just go ahead and line it up. But yeah, tell them where you can find it. Obviously, Arsenal History and More. We are co-streaming on that from TJ Warren TV right now. But do you have anything coming up that you want to plug?
Right. Okay. Just to clarify something, I was going to be off YouTube, but deep discussions, I'm not. But I will be for a few months restricting what I'm doing out of respect to the missus and everybody.
The boss, you got to respect the boss.
I will be going on certain channels. I'll be coming on here because I've got a lot of time for this channel. I will be going on with Lee and everybody. I will only probably be streaming maybe once a week on mine, which I've been doing recently. And that's about it, really.
All right.
It's Arsenal History and More. And, big up, people. Great show tonight. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Being on with Said and my man, Dal. And, of course, TJ. Sorry, mate, I got you into YouTube.
Yeah. How dare you?
Big mistake.
led to all these horrible experiences and meeting all of these horrible people, and it's been awful. See, now I'm friends with Saad. Okay, like it's brutal. I got
has
hooks.
to hear these Erdogan tapes.
I got hooks coming to Kansas. I got hooks coming to Kansas City trying to track me down, bro. Like,
what is this happening?
July, August, he's coming to Kansas City.
He's coming to visit.
We're gonna.
Family out there or something?
Yeah, he has family out here. I already told the wife that me and Hooks are gonna get lost downtown, so we'll call her.
Awesome. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great Instagram content.
Yeah, it will.
DJ, next February, we're coming to Kansas City.
No way.
Yeah, we're meeting up with some friends of the wife. It's a long distance. She's into this family stuff, this ancestry.
Oh, the ancestry stuff. Oh, crazy.
Apparently, she's got an aunt and an uncle and somebody else that lives in Kansas City.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if it's a good time to come. I don't know whether
the weather is absolutely shit, but here's the thing: is we have so much food and so much booze out here, you'll forget about it. So it's totally
barbecue
fine.
jazz.
I'm going to be meeting up with Dow in August.
Yep.
In London.
Yep.
And I'll be coming over February over to Kansas. I've never been to Kansas City. So that's
underrated city. Underrated city. Dal, you might just have to come out. I'm not gonna lie.
I might have to come out there for the weekend to hang out with Jez and you.
You won't want to meet me twice.
No, probably not. I'll wear my Odegaard shirt.
I'm going to actually ruin you when you come to London. I'm going to take you around a few places.
Right.
DJ Crane is coming too. DJ Crane.
Yeah. Me and DJ Crane. He can hop the plane. We can fly from PDX to Kansas City. He's only like 3 hours away from me.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
He knows the story. But no, August is looking great, Jess. We got to talk more about meeting up and stuff because we will be in Brighton for a couple days. I got to go see the beach while I'm there. Brighton just looks like an amazing city. Absolutely incredible. It looks nice. Okay. All right. Well, the guy is on YouTube saying it was a pretty nice city. So I saw some nice colored buildings and a nice beach, and we'll see what it's like. But no, I'm looking forward to the trip. Yeah. August 8th.
The only views of Brighton I saw were in The Damned United. Remember that movie?
You'll be better off when I take you to London, and you're going to meet up. I'm going to take you on the tour around Highbury, Islington.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to meet up with some of my old buddies. You're going to meet up with Hendon Gooner and Kenny, Aaron, and all that lot.
Dude, I might hijack this trip. I might come out too. I'm not gonna lie.
You got it, man. You got
it. Dude, to link up with Hendon Gooner and Aaron. Oh my God, we burn it down. Saad. Oh.
I think Joe might be out there, and whoever else. August 15th.
Yep.
Jez will pick the spot, and I'll be there with the family, of course.
It's cool, man.
Of course.
It's cool. And you will have the day of your life.
Oh, yeah. No, everything's set up. We got the hotel in Newcastle. Well, no, we got to get the hotel in Newcastle. Shout out Mama Floss. You're going to see her. So Edinburgh's booked. I got my tickets for Oasis. Then I'm going down to Newcastle, then Brighton, and then up to London and home. We're leaving out of Heathrow. Yeah.
That's a trip.
Man.
August 15th, Saad.
Listen, I'll be there, bro. I'll be there.
I hope to be at the Arsenal game August 16th.
I'll tell you what, Dal.
That's what I need to work on, is getting tickets for opening day.
If you fucking dare buy a half and half scarf with me.
Yeah. It's illegal, bro. It's illegal, bro.
I've got a pile of scarves, believe me, right under there. I could cover this whole wall with that is still a work in progress that people don't see. I got my Arsenal flag there. A lot of stuff people can't see in the camera, but
you don't. No, none of them are double scarves, though.
Fuck no. One team on the other. No, I don't have any of that.
Okay. That's good.
The wife bought them when she was on her Mediterranean cruise last year.
I'll tell you what,
quick fraud check.
Joking apart, DJ, I know you want to wrap up. I know you.
No worries.
But I'll tell you what, right? If you turned up with a half and half, Kenny would just go.
Oh. Strangle you with.
He's a big old boy. And
Dude, Godfather settings.
of course, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
You're more than welcome.
All right, guys. Well, that's the 99th episode of the American Idiots. We will be back in 2 weeks. We're gonna skip next Friday, and we will be back the Friday after with the biggest show we have ever done. Until then, people, come on, you Gunners, baby, let's go!
No, you're not God. You don't have the answers. You don't have the answers, Connor. You don't have the answers. Let's just say that. You don't have the answers.